There it goes again, huh? It's pretty standard.
Test.
I can hear me. I didn't do the thumbnail again. I'm going to do the snip tool thumbnail. Actually, it's probably the same as the other day. Books live with Mike Perrin. Luis Solis on the boards again. Thanks for tuning in. Everything appears to be working. We are well aware that sound drops out because we watched some of the broadcasts.
Yeah.
And I believe that to be a possible delay issue within the OBS software or the ATEM switchboard. one day we'll figure it out.
Yep.
And when I do figure it out, that's when we're going to do the tutorial. You ever go on YouTube, Mike, and like watch some kind of tech tutorial?
I have a couple times. Yeah.
This is my kind of rundown on tech tutorials on YouTube. Some dude will be like, "Are you having this problem with XYZ camera?
Yeah.
Let me show you how to fix it easy."
Yep.
The first 30 seconds of that video are going to be like his logo and like all his cool graphics that he paid somebody on Fiverr to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to be all these kick-ass graphics.
For sure.
And then he's going to like BS for another 30 seconds. So you're going to be like about a minute 30 into the tutorial, and he's not going to tell you jack shizzle. He ain't going to tell you nothing about what you want to fix.
Nothing.
And then you're going to have to like watch it for 5 more minutes, and then we're going to finally show you like the settings screen or whatever that you're like trying to fix, like shutter speed or whatever it was. And then you're like, you try that, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's like 7 minutes of your life you just don't get back on video tutorials. And this is a family broadcast, so I'm trying not to cuss. But when I do my live stream tutorial on how the Seguin River Monsters live stream, it will be explicit lyrics, full cuss.
Just warning you right now.
Full cuss. Because if you've ever messed with tech and cables and relays
Pretty much have to cuss.
and remotes, like everybody has dropped those words.
Oh yeah.
And it's the only way I can properly explain how the tech. So I don't really know what's going on with the sound, why it drops out. But once we get it figured out, then I can probably show our settings. I can show the gear that we're using, the switchboard. I can show how Louis does the sponsors, our sound setup, if we ever get it working. And maybe that'll be helpful to some other ball club out there.
For sure. But in the meantime, it's pretty frustrating. So.
In the meantime, we're doing the best we can, folks. Sound cuts out, so be it. T-Texas Tony Turnstile on the call with Mike P. Again, and Louis S. We'll go through some start lineups here, and we'll get to it.
Playing center field, number 31. Designated hitter, number 13, Patrick Lee. And third, number 11, the second baseman, Jared McDonald. Number 10, Logan McLeod. Sixth, number 6, the catcher. 7, the left fielder, number 8, Jacob LaPrairie. 8, Crosby.
Take a picture of Oh, you got it? Yeah, you got all the guys. All right, folks, we'll go through some starting lineups tonight. Acadiana King Cutters, not that much different from last night, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah, Justin Williams leading off playing center field. Patrick Lee, the salsa dancing Patrick Lee, is designated hitter tonight.
Okay.
And then you've got Mr. Jarrett McDonald. He's going to be your second baseman, batting the 3-hole. Mason Zambo batting cleanup, playing first base. Logan McLeod. I got to look up Logan McLeod. You ever see the movie Highlander?
Yes.
Was that Logan McLeod in that?
That's a good question.
I'm not even going to finish the lineup until I figure out that question. I just want to confirm. Nope, I don't think that was it. 1986 field, the Highlander. I always swear it was Connor McLeod. Connor McLeod. Not Logan McLeod, but Logan McLeod. Mind Works in Strange Ways is playing third base. Bat in the 5 hole. Matt Abshire is a catcher, bat in the 6 hole. Jacob LaPrairie in left again. Bat in the 7 hole. Bat in the 8 hole. Cade Crosby, the shortstop. Bat in 9 hole is Casey Artiguez. Playing right field. Starting pitcher is Will Tynes. And that's your cane cutters.
Nice, nice.
Home team. Seguin River Monsters. One, the only, number 37, Warren Laster. Be playing center field tonight. Dave Wilson, DH, bat 2 hole.
Is this the batting lineup as well?
This is the bat lineup.
Okay. Starting Laster first?
So Laster's leading off.
Nice.
It's a great leadoff man right there.
For sure. I was wondering when that happened.
Dave Wilson, 2 hole. Jose Gutierrez, 3 hole hitter, catching tonight. Number 4, Jacob Ruiz, cleanup, playing shortstop, 5 hole. Ray Mendoza in left field again. 6 hole. Skylar Trevino playing third. Batting 7th, number 13, David Lopez playing second base. First base tonight is Richie Gill. And batting in the 9 hole is Preston Delmeyer playing right field. And I believe starting on the mound tonight, though I don't have it, is Tanner Quick. Lineup about to get underway here.
For tonight's
The Chicago Bulls intro music.
Did you watch The Last Dance, Mike?
Oh, yeah. A couple times.
That was an awesome series.
It really was.
I was never really anti-Michael Jordan in any aspect. Like, the dude was so awesome, but I was a huge Sonics fan. And when the Sonics made the finals with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, we were so good that year.
Yeah, they really were.
We were so good, and it went to 6 games, which is pretty good considering you're playing the Bulls. But there's this kind of just sinking feeling that we had to play MJ, and it just seemed insurmountable that they were so good. And even though it was 4 games to 2, it was like they were in control the whole time.
The whole time, yeah.
MJ could just turn it on when he needed to and just finish you. But yeah, this song will forever be associated with the Bulls lineup.
Skylar Trevino.
I think we could probably just do, because color commentary is just throwing whatever you want to talk about on the ball game. I got so much Last Dance stuff we can throw in because that was such a crazy series, mini series or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially the Rodman stuff.
Yeah, man, he was I don't know, it was crazy how he could go out and just party all night, barely get an hour, or if that, asleep and go out and still grab 20 rebounds.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was middle of the season, he's I'm just going to go party in Vegas with Carmen Electra. Didn't he missed some games?
He missed some games. Yeah.
He was just out there, checked out. I don't. And then Pippen or Jordan, somebody had to go get him.
Yeah.
Drag him out of the hotel room. All right. Yeah, I think that's it's actually interesting. And you being a baseball guy like me, Mike, and I mean, here's one thing about the NBA, because like Rodman's part of the Last Dance series was so interesting on how he even got to like college. It was like scouted out of like a rec gym in Dallas.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I don't know what he went, but I mean, he was drafted, and the NBA draft is tiny compared to the Major League draft, right?
Yeah.
It's basically two rounds.
Like two rounds. And that's in those days, I think it was a little more, but now it's down to two rounds, yeah.
Yeah, so, but like, I think Rodman was like second round or maybe in first round. I can't remember. Him and Pippen went to a really small school, you know?
Yep.
And to me, when I look at like major, like baseball, there used to be like 50 rounds. Now it's down to like 25 or 30, whatever it is. And then like you have NBA Lotto. And I understand like a scout could see Rodman, like the dude, athletic freak, can rebound like crazy.
Yeah.
But then here's what I never really understood about the NBA draft as it relates to like baseball. I'll give you like an example. I don't know that much about basketball. You remember Jason Williams?
Oh yeah.
Like point guard for like the Kings forever.
White chocolate.
White chocolate, played with Randy Moss, whatever, in high school and all that.
Yep.
But I forget, he like transferred around. I forget the colleges that he went to. And I don't think he was lotto, but he might have been first or like top of second round.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I think he was like late first round, early second round, somewhere around there.
And I mean, I'm all about like you can hindsight's 2020. You go back and look at his NBA career and like, yeah, the guy had a crazy handle, ball handle, good at assists, like okay jump shot. But how do you, as a scout, out of all the basketball players in the nation, select him as like one of the top 50? I mean, he's not that big of a dude
at all.
And I was like, how do you do that in Major League Baseball? Like you find some dude who's going to like, you know, like Lubbock Christian or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I think that guy's like a top 5 rounder. You just don't see him up against other people. Like, I don't know. Drafting and scouting is a riddle. And away we go.
First pitch.
Tanner Quick. Fastball up high to Justin Williams. This game is underway. The two rabbit holes, I call them rabbit holes because I just trail off on like non-related subjects, grounded into the hole, hit hard enough to get through, and Justin Williams on with a leadoff single.
Justin Williams batting .361. That just went up a little higher.
That is very high in this league. So I could talk baseball in this game, but I like to spice it up with other things viewers might be interested in. And the other thing I was thinking about that would be interesting, like commentary as related to baseball, and we were talking about Ozzie Smith the other day.
Oh, yeah.
But as Tanner comes to the set to Patrick Lee, designated hitter, good breaking ball down low, is Ozzie Smith, I believe, went to high school with Eddie Murray.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Which is crazy.
One of the best first basemen.
If you think about how good those guys were at baseball, I mean, how hard it is to become a major leaguer, and then you're on the same team.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
And that was like back in the day, probably before like select leagues. Like they were just like in the same neighborhood.
The same area. Just went to the same school, high school.
So I just think that's like astronomical odds.
Yeah.
The two guys are that elite. I mean, both two Hall of Famers on the same high school team just kind of blows my mind.
For sure.
And I have two other instances of that are just kind of like small world stuff. Bounced in the hole, Jacob Ruiz off the tip of the glove. That'll be a single. The other instance of that's kind of crazy was the Eric Davis, Darryl Strawberry.
Oh,
and I'm not sure if
that.
they're both from like South Central Los Angeles, and I can't remember. I think Strawberry went to Crenshaw High School.
Okay.
And there's a couple good ball players that come. Ellis Valentine, Expo's great, also went to Crenshaw.
I believe Ricky Henderson was in that area too, right?
I think he was Bay Area.
Bay Area. Okay.
Yeah, he was a Bay Area guy, and he was apparently an awesome running back in high school.
Yeah, I did see that about him. There was a show on, I believe it was Sports Century. I don't know if you've heard of that or not, but they did like a documentary on him. I saw it on YouTube, and yeah, he was a great football player as well.
Jarrett McDonald, 3-hole batter tonight, wasn't in the lineup last night. Tanner Quick pops him up. That's huge. I think that's infield fly rule.
Yeah.
He calls it. So 1 down. Did that right there. Hopefully we get a ground ball and get out of it. Zambo strides to the plate. But yes, I don't know. I don't think Davis and Strawberry went to the same high school, but we're in the same area, and I know they played like on the same Mickey Mantle like team. How crazy is that to face that team?
Yeah, that's insane.
If you're like a 16-year-old, you got to pitch to Strawberry and Eric Davis. Like just phenoms.
Yeah, well, I know there was a select team about, I don't know how long ago, but I know it had Bryce Harper and like Manny Machado and a lot of other studs on there who ended up making the major leagues. And
Harper being a Vegas guy. Vegas got some good ball players. Greg Maddox was from Vegas. Not at the same time as those guys. Fouled up by Zambo. Yeah, some small world stuff, but the Eddie Murray, Ozzie Smith one blew my mind. Eric Davis and Darryl Strawberry on the same team is crazy. And I don't know why I was thinking about that, because I'm always thinking about Yogi Berra and runners bluffing. Yogi Berra grew up in St. Louis, and right across the street from him was Joe Garagiola.
oh, wow.
And Garagiola never turned out to be, the greatest player in the world, but a heck of an announcer and baseball personality. Quick checks the runners, delivers, and he gets another pop-up. Ray Mendoza underneath it, and 2 runners on, but Tanner Quick working some fly balls, and we got 2 outs now. That's big to get Zambo to pop out right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Zambo being a dangerous guy. F7, 2 down.
Number 10, Logan McLeod.
But just guys that just getting to the majors is so hard, and
so hard,
to live
yeah.
across the street from like 2 major league catchers. Mm-hmm. That's so crazy. And the Yogi Berra story is kind of even funnier on how he ended up with the Yankees. Jam shot. Ruiz should get it the place to first. Logan McLeod waltzing down the line, thrown out by a mile by Jacob Ruiz, and Tanner Quick works out of it nicely.
For the game cutters in the top of the first.
Break. Shout out to our sponsor, Naked Bats. Some good wood.
On behalf of the city of Seguin and the entire
If people are listening in and like our Last Dance commentary and other baseball musings, find us on social media. You gotta get Mike P. Did you get your Twitter profile so we can pump you up?
My Twitter profile is just PZ Mike.
PZ Mike? We'll find you right now.
PZY Mike. Pretty simple.
Overwhelmed with the tech early on. I said, dude, we need some people to come up and help. And dude, we got some all-stars.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. All right. Mike.
Actually, it's going to be it's Mike PZ824. I forgot it changed. Warren Laster coming up to bat first.
Oh, you got your son. Please do not follow me.
Oh yeah, I should probably change that. That was my old Twitter. Because what I did was I follow a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I don't tweet. So
I see.
I pretty much just follow people.
Yeah, Twitter's good for following baseball content. Warren Laster, 2/3 of the world is covered by oceanic waters. The other third is covered by Warren Laster. Excellent outfielder. Takes first pitch strike.
Took low and outside, but called for strike.
Tynes starting on the hill for the King Cutters. Right-hander. Laster, great leadoff man, has been moved around a little bit in the lineup. Anywhere you put him is good. I think the more ABs he gets, the better. Takes it up 2-1.
Third base playing up, ready for the bunt.
Gotta respect Laster's speed. 2-2. Crowd disagrees.
We'll have your back.
Some cane cutters right behind home plate with some sort of clocking device. Off-speed breaking ball. Backdoor curve gets Laster.
Designated hitter. Number 6, Dave Wilson.
Hey, Wilson. Lines a breaking ball, and that'll
Nice.
drop in for a single. Nice job, Davey Wilson. He was looking for off-speed first pitch, but his first pitch swing, and it just reacted to it and got the barrel on it.
Yeah.
Gutierrez.
Good piece of natural hitting right there. And here's Jose Gutierrez.
What was your Yogi Berra story you had?
Oh, the Yogi Bear story was, I can't remember who I was talking to. I was like, how does a local St. Louis guy get missed by the Cardinals?
Oh yeah.
And the backstory to that was Branch Rickey, famously the general manager for the Brooklyn Dodgers,
Yep.
that signed Jackie Robinson, was at that time, I think, in the front office of the Cardinals, and maybe, in charge of doing some local scouting there. But I can't remember. I want to say they said he was going to the Yankees, but maybe he was already getting ready to go to Brooklyn. But I think the way it was is he was going to the Yankees the next season.
Okay.
And the scouting report on the two best catchers, breaking ball there, backdoor for a strike to Gutierrez, was he secretly liked Berra better than Garagiola. He liked Berra's game, but he wanted to keep him for himself and sign him, I believe, to the Yankees. I don't know, because I know he went to Brooklyn eventually, but I think he was bounced. Could be trouble because both guys run well. And they get Gutierrez by a step, and Dave Wilson advances to second.
Number 4, Jacob Ruiz.
But the way I remember is he was actually going to the Yankees, and maybe he was at the Yankees for a couple years before he signed on as the general manager of Brooklyn. But that's what he did. He didn't let on to the Cardinals, even when he worked for them, that he thought Berra was the best catcher. So his scouting report was Garagiola's 1, Berra's 2, signed Garagiola. So sure enough, the Cardinals signed Garagiola, and then the Yankees got their hands on Berra. So that's how the hometown team missed on him. It was a little bit of backroom dealings by Branch Rickey to try to get his hands on Berra. Popped up by Ruiz. And that'll do it. Single by Dave Wilson, but left on base.
For the River Masters in the bottom of the first inning. So no runs.
Shout out to Chick-fil-A here tonight.
Chick-fil-A. Got some good chicken
Love
sandwiches.
Chick-fil-A.
0-0.
If any listeners out there can think of any other duos or like insane, like high school guys that were on the same team and made it to the show, let me know.
We'd like to send a special thanks.
There's others in recent history, but
Season would not be possible without you.
those stand out to me.
For more host families to join us.
But you can definitely tie in The Last Dance to
Thank you.
baseball because the Birmingham Barron year for Michael Jordan's fascinating, and he was a big baseball. He loved baseball.
Love baseball.
He
Yeah.
was good in high school and amazing athlete. And the one thing I took away from that, because I remember kind of like when he was doing Double A,
Yeah.
Jerry Reinsdorf, owner of the White Sox, was like, we had to do Double A because it was the only media facilities that could handle.
yeah.
So you got basically,
Single A.
just imagine this, if you will. So like Double A, that's amazing pitching. That's like 90
Yeah.
plus. Like
Yeah,
those
for sure.
dudes. I mean, it's not Triple A, but I mean that's prospects.
Those are dudes, yeah, that's going to be in the big leagues.
Yeah, that's big prospects. That's not your like A and rookie league stuff. So that's big prospects. And when Terry Francona was talking about Jordan's year, he goes, I have no doubt if he'd have played 2 more years, he'd have played Major League Baseball. And before, I would have scoffed at that.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look at Jordan's stats,
He was not bad.
Francona was like, dude had 51 RBIs.
Yeah. He was
And
not bad.
he was like, if you go back and look at that ball club, there's a lot of good dudes on that team didn't have even 40 RBIs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Jordan was getting the bat on the ball.
He was hitting home runs.
I mean, hit a
Yeah.
couple homers, but I mean, 51 RBIs is kind of insane.
Yeah,
You
for
haven't
sure.
played baseball since high school, and now you're facing Double A velocity. It's actually insane.
It's pretty impressive.
There's no like equal to that, really. I mean, only Jordan could have done that. But yeah, go back and take a look at Jordan's stats and then versus the team stats for that one season, and it's kind of crazy that he did that.
I think his problem was kind of was fielding.
Yeah,
He wasn't the best fielder, but you know, being 6'6", 220, I mean, he was able to hit some dingers for sure.
Oh man, have you seen the strike? First strike, breaking ball there, Tanner Quick to Matt Abshire. Have you seen the new shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates, O'Neal? He's like 6'6". 6'7".
6'7". Yeah, he already had like the fastest, velocity to the
Oh
first
yeah, the
base.
fastball he threw to first. Bounce to Skylar Trevino.
It was like
gobbles it
97.
up, throws to first.
It was like 97, 96.
So maybe like a couple more years in the minors for Jordan. That's what he's like.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
just amazing athlete. 5-3, 1 down. Now batting Jacob LaPrairie. Oh, the many layers to baseball. So much fun.
I guess the one con about being that tall is you have such a wide strike zone,
Yeah.
you know.
Out to Ray Mendoza. Should have plenty of room. 2 down.
Why I think players like Jose Altuve is hard to strike out because, I mean, the strike zone is just so small.
Yeah, right? Jose Altuve, famously Eddie Goodell,
Yeah, Eddie
the
Goodell.
midget who was given it at bat. Died a tragic death. That's a sad story. Don't read that Wikipedia page. But, yeah, then you get some guys like, like Pete Rose, but he really crouched down.
Yeah,
He had these crazy, like, little low batting stances.
he made his pretty small. Tony Gwynn did too. He kind of crouched down a little bit. Not
Yeah,
much,
Tony
but-
was kind of like had a little lean and crouch, but I didn't get the feel he was trying to get under it the way Rose.
He was a machine at the plate, though.
Yeah, he was. Oh, hit hard in the hole. Backhand by Ruiz. Gets the throw out quick. Oh, my gosh. That's
That was
a great
a nice
play.
play.
That's a great play all the way around. Nice pick by Richie Gill at first. Wow.
For the game cutters in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors.
And the reason I even fell in love with baseball was originally Ken Griffey Jr., man.
Oh, my gosh.
He was just different for me, man. He was I was like, I want to play outfield. Watching him play outfield.
Ken Griffey Jr. was so unbelievable.
I hate that he had so many like knee problems and stuff.
I know. I mean, he still hit 600 homers.
Yeah, exactly.
Ken Griffey Jr. was so amazing. I just absolutely love that man, and he's so good. He's like an ambassador for baseball now. Mm-hmm. He does all kinds of good things, and he was never. The way he was built was he's like, I don't need all the media.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And as a Nike athlete, you're like, you have this Michael Jordan. He's like, dude, I'm not Michael.
Yeah.
You know, play the highlights, all that stuff. I want time for it. I'm a family man. I want time with my family.
Yep.
It sounded like Ken Griffey Sr., just like the family in Ohio, just a really close-knit family environment, you know?
Mm-hmm. True.
But Ken Griffey Jr., and then a lot of people don't know, he battled depression, especially like in his like 1 year in the minors. I don't know if you know about that story.
I didn't.
I think it was like a suicide attempt, and it's documented when he was in A-ball in Bellingham, and his dad came up and saw him. Was like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
He's like, man, the pressure, dude. I feel the pressure. He's like, dude, it ain't worth it. You don't even have to play baseball, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, talk about an awesome dad, but that's crazy to think about how good and talented he was. And he's like, I just don't want to deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
Which blew my mind because I was like, man, this guy had everything. But I guarantee you that was all hard work.
He's definitely in the 700 home run ball club if it's not for those injuries.
Yeah, elbows and injury issues. But there's some amazing footage because when you look as Ray Mendoza leads us off here, crazy thing about Griffey's swing was, so it's like a prettiest swing you ever saw.
Yeah, effortless.
And it was kind of like this effortless uppercut. But there's some footage, you know, so this is like post-injury, like when he's with, you know, the Reds,
yeah.
And he's put on probably like 10, 15 pounds from his like center field playing days.
Yeah.
And with that same beautiful kind of natural uppercut swing, I mean, he's turning around, you know, like 98-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a quick swing. Like his hip, it's just unbelievable how good and smart of a hitter he was.
Yeah, man. One of the greatest, for sure.
Unbelievable. And Griffey is like the perfect, like maybe if you're like looking for an example where you're just like, you can't try to teach somebody that swing. It's like, dude, you just don't try because you can't do that. That'd be great if you could, but you can't. That's just his, and he was that amazing. And in his glory days before the injuries, the center fielder, you know, guys like him and Willie Mays and, you know, Jim Edmonds, they're just like these just fielding maestros. Scal Trevino steps in.
A lot of gold gloves in those names.
Amazing stuff. I think of other Griffey stories. You know the story of why Griffey hated the Yankees?
I did hear about that. Yeah, he hated the Yankees.
Who was the third? I forget their third baseman. I want to say it was Nettles. It could have been Craig Nettles, but I might have that wrong.
On the Mariners at the time?
Nah, I have to go back and go find Ken Griffey Sr.'s years with the Yankees. One to Trevino. It was Craig Nettles.
Okay.
So he was the third baseman for the Yankees. This is why Griffey swore. He's like, I don't care how much they gave me money. I would never play for the Yankees. So seniors playing for the Yanks. Ken Griffey, little kid, hanging around the clubhouse, hanging out in the dugout, and like security comes up, fouled off by Trevino. Security comes up to Ken Griffey Sr. says, "Hey man, Mr. Steinbrenner says you can't have your kid in the dugout or whatever. You need to get your kid out of here. We don't want kids in the clubhouse."
Yeah.
And Ken Griffey Sr. is like, "All right, man, I'm getting too old for this bowl. I'm getting too old for this bowl." But he told Junior, he's like, "Before you leave the clubhouse, why don't you go ahead and take a look down at third base?" And he looks down there, and Craig Nettles is down there goofing around with his son. And so he was like, "Okay, I see the double standard that's happening here."
Yeah.
And tell you what, Yankees, if you want one of the greatest players in a generation to hold a grudge against you, that's how you did it. But that's a story, and he remembers that. And yeah,
Who knows? Without that, maybe he would have signed to the Yankees.
he probably would have, but they didn't treat his dad right or him right. So bounce to first by David Lopez. But Ray Mendoza gets down to second. 2 outs, runner scoring position for Richie Gill.
First baseman, number 22.
Guy for Richie Gill. Love to see Richie Gill get an RBI single right here. Great guy, good ball player. Love seeing him in the lineup. Settles with his hands real low. It's interesting how different players. Takes outside, generous corner there, 1-1.
Very opposite of Kevin Youkilis.
Right? Crazy batting stances out there. Breaking ball, 1-2.
Another player that had an amazing swing to me was Josh Hamilton.
Hamilton was such an insane athlete that, you remember the home run derby in New York? Bounces the breaking
ball. It was
ball.
like 28 straight homers or something.
That was so crazy. But it was almost like
back.
if you gave me a wiffle ball bat or something, where you just like step and hitch, and you just naturally had the strength to just whip the bat through.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember watching that Rangers season, and he didn't give the best at bats. Like if he could lay off breaking balls in the dirt, he'd hit 375
easily. Yeah, easily.
But there was like a book on him, and he just like wouldn't make the adjustment. But he was still such an insane athlete that if you even made the slightest mistake, and he got the barrel on it, it'd probably go to the ballpark.
Yeah.
But guy dealing with some demons, for sure. Gill, get it back going here. 2-2, 2 outs. Puts it into the gap by Richie Gill. Hope it gets over his head, and it does not. Good wood by Richie Gill, though.
And left on base after 2 complete.
Swing was kind of awesome, and I think I saw Twitter on it.
Who's that?
Fred McGriff.
Oh, yeah.
Go back and watch some Fred McGriff highlights. He stood very tall.
Oh, yeah.
He stood very tall in the box, but his hands were up. His hands were high, but also kind of like away from his body. And as the pitcher was ready to deliver, he had this very simple load. He just would kind of like just like lean back and then step into it as you were coming to the plate. It's just kind of like this really easy timing. I was like, I'm not saying you could be Fred McGriff, but like I don't think you can teach Ken Griffey Jr. to anybody. Fred McGriff had a very like quiet head because I think that helps if your head's not moving a whole bunch during the at bat. But stood very tall, and he hit this ball like early on when he was with the Blue Jays at Yankee Stadium. They went like to the third deck.
Wow.
And man, that guy, talk about a good at bat. Fred McGriff was a tough out. Very tough out.
Pitcher's heel.
One of my favorite, I don't know if you're following on Twitter, one of my favorite follows is Marvin Freeman.
Okay.
You remember Marvin Freeman? He pitched for a long time with the Colorado Rockies. And he's a pretty tall dude. He might have been like 6'5", 6'6". He was a big dude. Great velocity, tons of movement with good control. And I think he's like, does like pitching instruction for like high school, college kids in Georgia now, and he posts all this stuff on that. But he also would post like some of his old MLB highlights, and he would also post footage of like old at bats he pitched.
Yeah.
And he would talk about it. Like he'll like commentate what he was thinking when he was throwing that pitch. And it's awesome.
Nice.
Casey Artiguas facing Tanner Quick here. Top three out in front.
Do you have a favorite all-time pitcher?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Favorite all-time pitcher?
For me, it's Randy Johnson. I love Randy Johnson.
It's tough to think about favorites. Nolan Ryan's got to be up there. Artiguas squares the bunt.
I didn't get to see Nolan Ryan, so
I saw him in person in the Kingdom.
Oh,
he was
nice.
with the Rangers. That's how old I am. I'm trying to think. Favorite pitchers. I guess it's have to be Tim Lincecum.
Yeah, Tim.
And you know, like a shooting star, his career was over too soon.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, and the scouts that didn't draft him were worried about such a thing because of the strain on the arm for such
he's small.
Small dude.
He was like 170, something like that.
He was tiny. He was like 5'9", 165 or something. You know, but the stories that surround him are so unique that there'll never be another like him. And I just love the fact that baseball is a sport that no matter the shape or size you are, some people just possess that amazing ability like Altuve or Lincecum, where it seems impossible that Altuve can hit a 400-foot homer, yet he does it all the time.
Pete Jackson.
He's just jacking dingers. Or that Lincecum can, like this little dude who, if you saw him like checking you out at a grocery store, you'd be like, whatever, this guy plays like Xbox all day.
Yeah.
Walks Artiguas, does quick, runner on, but then he can throw like 99.
Which was insane. Yeah.
It was crazy.
That was a great Giants team that he was on with him and Buster Posey.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way I remember, especially Lincecum's like early years when he was winning like back-to-back Cy Youngs.
Mm-hmm.
So the Giants select him first round, and he does like some minor league time before call-up. And some of the quotes from that period, like his AAA starts, are hilarious because there's obviously a lot of dudes in AAA that have major league service time. You know, they've seen major league pitching. I forget who it was. And her quick deals outside. It was some guy who had, pretty much a major league veteran, and he was like 0 for 4 with like 4 Ks against Lincecum.
Oh, really?
And he was like, I have no idea why that guy's down here. He has 3 pitches, and they're basically all unhittable.
Yeah.
Like, at any level, he's probably the best pitcher in the league. Tanner Quick bounces one past Jose Gutierrez. And I'm not sure how much Jose catches regularly. I don't think he did for Clarendon College, but
I don't think
he's
so.
caught like 3 or 4 games for us.
Maybe he's trying something new.
Artigua's down to second, so that's kind of like hilarious. Like dudes trying to like face up to like Lincecum prime.
Yeah.
With
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was like fastball 99, with a splitter,
Nasty splitter too.
like a splitter coming 90, and then like a changeup that you can't tell because his windup's so crazy that like he just jumps at you like I don't know that's going to be 10 miles an hour slower. It's just untouchable. And then when he got to the Giants, like a lot of the dudes, I mean, I think they know they drafted him, but checked his swing. That's a strike. 2-2 to Williams. Like before his first start, like he's in the clubhouse with like just listening to iTunes and his like earphones, and it's maybe like 15 minutes before the game, and like everybody's suited up. He's like in flip flops, and they're like, "Dude, that's tonight's starter, right?"
Right, like what's going on?
Like, is this guy going, or like, is he going to get ready?
Yeah.
And Lincecum was like famous. He would throw like 9 warm-up pitches and be like, I'm good.
I'm good, yeah.
That's so crazy.
Trying to save his arm.
I guess because it was just like all tendons and technique, that it wasn't like muscle you had to warm up or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't even know. We don't know. That's Tim Lincecum.
You never know how Tim Lincecum did the magic that he did to generate that kind of velocity. But what ultimately slowed down his velocity wasn't his arm. It's because of his crazy, torque and stride with the hip.
Yeah.
Birds fighting.
The bird fight.
Well,
That reminds me of when Randy Johnson blew that bird up.
oh my gosh.
Remember that?
Yep.
That's a once in a lifetime thing.
Very quick bounces it. Come on, dude, let's go. Eagles with a big round.
Got to hustle to the ball though.
We'll count to Williams. Nobody down. Artigua's now to third on the pass balls.
Full count.
The Randy Johnson footage of his fastball hitting that bird in the head, they show in the Marine Corps when we were doing some training classes on deconflicting artillery and airstrikes.
Oh, really?
And they would like it was like a PowerPoint slide, and it says big sky, small bullet. It's like you don't think anything's going to run into anything, but yeah, you don't want your fixed wing jets on airstrike to run into an artillery round in the sky.
Yeah.
So you had to deconflict that. But I remember that as Reyes comes out the mound to talk to Tanner Quick. But yeah, you got to turn off your artillery for a couple of minutes while air's coming in, or you'll get the Randy Johnson effect. Being on the mound. Just reassurance, need to throw strikes. Jade Gordon warming in the bullpen. Talk to that young man a little bit before the game. A bunch of these guys on media day, and I could see them, and I have the roster numbers, but I don't know everybody by sight because I'm up in the press box. Still get to know guys. Tanner Quick. This ball away. On first. This is what I was talking about, Mike. The first and third situation pose unique problems. Williams with no lead at all, but he goes. And the ball gets by Gutierrez. And scores. Justin Williams down a second.
Couple of pass balls. Something that one run scored.
Run in. This is one of the innings where we just can't have it get away and turn into 5. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's nobody out running scoring position, but checks it. That's a strike. 2-1 for Patrick Lee.
He's got to worry about the batter at this moment.
Quick steps off. Last night's game was a pitcher's duel forever. Ben Tate essentially threw a no-hitter, I believe, through 6.
Yeah.
Zachary Carroll for the River Monsters, phenomenal job on the mound. It was just one bad inning. Ball outside. That's what we're hoping to avoid here is the one bad inning. Chick-fil-A just getting piled up in the trash cans. They're selling. Look at that trash can. Didn't get the call there. Patrick Lee's on. And here comes Reyes.
Early pull. Oh, we don't have nobody in the bullpen, I don't think.
It's 1 run, but that's 3 base on balls in a row. You have more leash if there's a couple outs, possibly.
Yeah.
For 30, Jade Gordon, I believe, on in relief. Besides Jordan, I can't think of. There's a lot of guys who are MLB, NFL. You know,
Deion Sanders. Well,
Deion Sanders,
NFL, MLB. Yeah.
All right, so Lalo Salinas had that wrong.
Everybody remembers Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, amazing athletes. But I can't think of very many guys that do the NBA
and
MLB. Remember Charlie Ward?
Oh yeah.
He was like NBA, NFL.
Yeah.
NFL, MLB translates somewhat.
You know what? Another great high school quarterback who could have played in the NFL, who played in the NBA, was Allen Iverson.
Oh yeah, Iverson was amazing at football.
He was amazing at football. He was what Michael Vick was, you know what I mean, in the NFL in high school.
Yeah, I remember reading some articles on Iverson's like high school football stats. I was like, what?
He said football was his first love.
Oh my gosh.
Football was his first love.
Yeah, Iverson, insane athlete.
But you know, NBA has the guaranteed contracts, so
NBA I think that's the hardest athletically. Just conditioning, like the best athletes are probably playing in the NBA.
I think so as well. Yeah.
But I can see how it makes sense for like a lot of dudes that are like, because like Nolan Ryan used to train throwing a football.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense to me why like high school quarterbacks would also be probably like 90 plus guys on the high school baseball team because he's got strong arms. Jared McDonald. Salinas takes over. Runners on, nobody out. All down.
McDonald currently batting .224.
Back to shortstop.
He has 2 homers.
First of 2 homers in this league. He's batting 3-hole. – I'd have called it a strike. Nothing's off limits on the River Monsters broadcast. Talk about anything. Like to see Salinas work us out of this jam.
Still got no outs at the moment.
No outs. Like to see a triple play.
Very rare triple play. Happens though.
It does happen, and every once in a while, there's the unassisted triple play. Runners go, and this is how they happen. Somebody lines it right there, and then one dude tags, and then you tag the stealing runner and step on the base on the line drive. That's unassisted triple play.
Yep.
Uncontested there. Cane Cutters taking advantage. Reno to McDonald. Infield coming in. 3-1.
Oh, yeah.
Nice slider from Salinas right there. That'll make you think that was a heartbreak.
Full count.
Sharp slider featured by Salinas. Comes back and gets him. McDonald can't believe it.
Nice battle.
First baseman, number 2.
So you do it. 3 balls, come back with 3 pitches of total filth. 1 down. Clean up Zambo.
Zambo batting 146 at the moment.
Zambo's 146.
146.
Put him in the 4-hole based on the size of the human being and the last name.
Yep.
Infield still in.
As they should be.
Look at, and these coaches know a lot more about these guys based on their college.
Yeah.
This is a short sample size here, so.
Just because he's batting 146 doesn't mean he can't
It's
pop.
still first quarter of the season, really.
Yeah.
Getting here, coming up on the halfway mark. Trying to give guys ABs, plug them in where it makes sense. Salinas out of the full line now. Runner bluffs from third. Nothing doing.
Nice breaking
slider.
ball.
1-1. Fouls it off. After 3 balls to McDonald, Salinas absolutely dealing around the zone with good stuff. Swings through. I think it was off speed there. I don't think it was a fastball. 2 Ks.
Starting to find his rhythm.
Yeah, I think he was just out in front of an off speed there.
Third baseman, number 2.
A straight
Logan
change.
McLeod.
Logan McLeod. It's Wolverine's name. Isn't his name Logan?
Yeah.
What his last name is. Logan McLeod to me is a very cinematic name.
And an even 300.
It's good in this league. Line the other way. That might bring across 2. Big charge from Dalmeyer. Oh, Dalmeyer did everything he could, but Patrick Lee runs well, and on 2 outs you're going. Single. Good job by Delmar. He charged that really hard, and it's hard as an outfielder to glove that, right?
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, it's going to skip past you because you're running at full speed in to close distance. And did about as good a job as you could do, but Lee was hustling. 3 on the board now. Here's Matt Abshire, the catcher.
Late line still going.
Just like it is in the drive-thru in my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Flared into right. That's going to drop. McLeod holds up. Delmar does have a good arm, but
I want to say this has been like almost all opposite field hitting.
right, guys staying back.
Yeah.
I think that's a good approach in this league, frankly, until you get your eye on the ball.
True.
It's just because the milliseconds in which you make the decision that I'm going to swing at it, you do let it get a little bit deeper if you are looking the other way.
Mm-hmm.
That backfires completely if they run it in on your hands.
Yes, sir.
But generally, if it's like off speed or over the plate, it's an extra second of decision making. A lot of times, you're not full swinging for the fences like to hit a homer. You shoot it the other way. Back foot slider on the lefty, dirty.
Go back. Oh,
I had a foul tip. Pick up a prairie. I would argue if you're slumping in this league, maybe go up and try to go the other way for a couple of bats.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot the ball. You're doing a hit and run in batting practice or something. Nice LA Dodgers jersey in the stands.
Yeah, the
tonight.
Trey Turner. Yeah.
I'm sporting my Mexico City Diablo Rojos. Rojo Diablos.
I need to get me another baseball jersey.
I'll tell you what, I'm all about the Mexican leagues. I love this one. I was in Mexico City on a trip, and I was like, I gotta see a game, and it was such a good time.
Nice. That reminds me of Kenny Powers.
Oh yeah, Eastbound and Down.
Oh man, I love that show.
Comedic greatness.
Watch that again.
Oh my gosh, bounced in the hole. PFP not covering. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of a phantom tag, but he would have been out by a mile. Come on, Blue! That umpire, see that guy
He was out by
tagged.
a mile. He was out by a mile.
Earl Weaver on him. There we go.
Thank you.
This gets him. It's McLeod out at third.
For the Cane Cutters in the top of the third inning for 3 runs.
Let's come across for the King Cutters. Minor arguing. I think the right call ultimately was issued. Man, Eastbound and Down. I think, right? It was based on John Rocker, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
Like John Rocker gave, I don't know if it was overtly racist, like post-game interview or something like I don't know. He was in the media for some I don't know what you say, controversial comments.
Controversial remarks.
And then Kevin McBride took that sort of and just like went comedic with it and crafted the character that is Kenny Powers. That's my understanding. Backdoor breaking ball there to Delmeyer. But if you're in need of a laugh, get you some Eastbound Down.
Oh yeah,
absolute all-star cast of comedians as well.
You love comedy and baseball. That's perfect show.
Delmeyer down on strikes.
My brother was the one that put me onto that show.
Number 37.
Through for strike one. Mr. got caught on a backdoor curveball his first at bat. Seguin line went up the middle here. There that is again. It's high.
Yeah, he had some controversial strikes caught last time.
Brown's getting on him. Umpire crew being the same. It's home plate guy. This night. Oh, we got a slider fastball there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. He had like a little wrinkle to it.
Designated hitter, number 6. Wilson.
Wilson single Oppo. Last AB. Wilson is good at getting bat on ball. See, I thought he hit a curveball that he wasn't looking for.
Yeah.
Working quickly. Breaking ball again. I thought he was looking for it that time. That was a pretty healthy hack.
Yes, it was.
Wilson. Changeup hits him. Strikes out the side, does Tyner.
No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base.
Crosby to face Salinas. Apologies. First pitch was a foul. Foul on a bunt attempt, actually. Back at it. Nice corner call, 0-2. Top of the fourth. King Cutters pulled away last inning with 3 runs. But Lalo Salinas, real good relief. That hard slider just misses the back door. It's one of the River Monsters, not here on opening day, but a great addition to the bullpen. There's that cutter fouled back. With the runner cam taking shots around the field, you can post them. As a family, ideally we're going to set up a Dropbox where we can see the volume. So many pictures as Salinas, high-grade petrol, blows away Crosby. It's the 93 octane. See, Artiguez walked and scored the first run last inning. Step the middle. It's going to be a backhand. Shoots perfectly into shallow left center. Shoulder of David Lopez. That allows Artiguez, who runs well, to get the second on there. Call it a single. The base is probably on the air.
Justin Williams.
Can't call that a double, I don't think. Just second on an error. Back to the top of the lineup with Justin Williams. Through fastball. Salinas, velocity and a hard slider. Let's go with what I think he's mixing in as a change. A lot of these pitchers about repertoire, if I can't say that word, repertoire. Guys will tell you they're working on the change. Change being such a devastating pitch if you control it, but releasing it properly with pronating the arm. Oh, filthy breaker. That's not the slider. That's the big hook. Buckles Williams. 0-2. Getting that pitch right without having to slow down the arm. A lot of technique. In 2 breakers, slider, a hard cutter, and a big breaking ball. A good fastball and off speed. Artiguez diving back. Doing it all. Trying the runner get in-game shots.
To get a few shots of Chick-fil-A being here as well.
Hey, we had bounce to shortstop. Oh no. The ghost of Smokey Joe. Artiguez stops at third. I don't know if he realized that ball got off of Ruiz's knee. was on by error. It's a third. Double play can get out of it. Patrick Lee gets induced. End up bouncing one. Salinas has the stuff to get a K here. It's the Smoky Joe rears its head. Line the other way by Lee. Still plays hard. Mike P, you know all about that.
Oh, yeah.
Hop, that ball was scalded. Scores again. It's the third, Lee to first. This is the one where I wish you game plan first and thirds, because Lee's going to steal and it's going to possibly be uncontested, and it takes the double play out of order, you know?
You almost at this point maybe think about pitching out.
You know, pitch out, back pick. You got to have the play where the shortstop or second baseman comes across. Sometimes you'll have to play where the pitcher cuts, or you just come up and throw a fastball right down to third and get that guy sneaking off.
Yep.
You know, you like look like you're throwing a second and throw across the body to third. But you just, it's a 4-run ball game now, but you got to game plan these first and thirds, because I 100% guarantee it's about to happen.
Fortunately.
Goes, and there's this we throw down to contest it off mark, but David Lopez coming across, and is a good strong throw from Jose Gutierrez, so you couldn't steal, but that's progress, I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. it was game planned for, they talked about it, so
they knew it was coming.
They knew it was coming. Infield creeping in. Runners cannot advance. Stroke of luck right there. Good job by Richard Gill to knock that ball down.
Yeah.
2 down, and that's a huge play. Loud on the one unassisted for the second out. Zambo, 2 down. Skies it way foul. Two.
Those always hurt.
Man. Get the instep of the foot.
Mm-hmm.
That is the worst.
Twos all around.
2.
Good.
It was full. Zambo.
Full count, 2 on, 2 outs.
Salinas look up something nasty. To Richie Gill, who again bodies a difficult pop. Nice play by Richard Gill. Great first base tonight.
For the game, goes in the top of the fourth inning. There's 1 run.
Shout out to Luis Solis, doing amazing things for the Rivermont on the broadcast. Appreciate the sponsors trying to put together a Texas Collegiate team that takes the eye like Mike G and Scotty B. Not a money-making proposition, at least initially. Especially if you ain't selling beer. That's how you break even.
Exactly.
So, get baseball started here in the city of Seguin. Sponsors.
First season of Mini.
Yep, first season of Mini. Boss's Pizza. Daniel Pest Control has been outstanding. Naked Bats, great baseball bats. Jimmy John's, CMC Commercial Steels. We had some Chicken Express the other night. Love it. Love to see it. Of course, me and Dutch Chattahoochee's mediocre podcast, of which we haven't cut a new episode in like a month and a half. Go ahead and check out the old episode. Chick-fil-A now appearing in the press box just to entice us.
Oh, yeah. started to get the aroma.
Gutierrez will lead it off for us.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the River Monsters.
One recipe to overcome the deficit. Start chipping away now.
Yeah, definitely.
Other recipe, miraculous ninth inning comeback. I prefer the former.
Yeah, you definitely want to start chipping away early. Way too late.
It's been good. Hit hard. There we go. Totally Gutierrez for you. Off single, shot through the hole.
Shortstop.
Nice. Two-hit ball game a couple nights ago on the base on balls. And his hardest hit ball was to the opposite field as well. That's the second baseman. Absolute laser beam. Jose Gutierrez does run well. He's no Billy Hamilton, but probably not going in this situation.
Billy Hamilton.
He had like 140 stolen bases in the minors or something insane.
Crazy.
Of crazy minor league seasons, and I want to say it's Gary Reedus. I can't remember. Remember Gary Reedus? I think he played for the Braves. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up.
I remember him.
All I know is you want to look at insane minor league seasons. He did. I think it was a back tier league in Montana. It's like a rookie league.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely went insane. There's 1-1 to Jacob Ruiz. Half swings to the break ball. It's Gary Reedus. I'm going to read you a stat line here in a second just for trivia fun. Breaking ball, but that's up. Good job by Jacob Ruiz to lay off. Let's see if we can get something going here.
That's crazy.
Brutal call.
That had to be a makeup call.
I'm not sure what he's thinking there.
I thought the prior pitch was a strike.
Closer than that.
Yeah.
Ruiz, potential hose job. It's my duty to say that. It's a Pioneer League. Sky to center by Ray Mendoza. Gutierrez has to go halfway, and he drops it. Probably going to get the force. There's nothing Gutierrez can do there.
Yeah, you have to wait halfway.
There's absolutely nothing you can do there. It's like an infield fly rule, but you don't have enough runners on.
Yeah.
You can't get any closer than that. So basically, I think that's like E6, but for fielder's choice.
Or E7?
I'm sorry, E8. Right?
E8, yeah, E8. You're right.
And then Gutierrez cut down on, like, I guess you call that a fielder's choice for the second out, but that's E8, Mendoza on first. So Gary Reedus played for Cincinnati, and then the White Sox, and then Pittsburgh. I actually think he wasn't even drafted. He might have been a free agent signing. I have to look.
Okay.
No, he was 17th round. 15th round, 78 to the Cincinnati Reds. So he goes to the Pioneer League, plays for Billings. This is Cincinnati's rookie league. And I'll read you his first year stats.
Insane, sure.
Scott Trevino takes the ball. 1-1. .68 games. It's like a short season. Short season A. Gary Reedus hits .462.
Wow. In 68 games?
68 games. 17 homers. 19 doubles.
Yeah.
His OPS for the season is 1.36. 1.346.
Pretty impressive.
42 stolen bases.
You think this guy's going to be like a Hall of Famer or something?
117 hits in 68 games. 117 hits in 68 games.
That's a lot.
Gary Reedus is... Oh, and he plunks Trevino. We'll take that. A little two-out rally going here for the River Monsters.
There we go.
Mendoza goes to second. Yeah, there's some crazy seasons in the minors when you start looking around. That kind of had crazy stats that doesn't have minor league baseball anymore, and I can't remember who they're affiliated with.
Who's that?
Reno. Skied by David Lopez. Because Reno's like a gambling town. I think they're like the Reno Aces or something like that.
Reno Aces.
But if you go, and I don't know like what the elevation of Reno is. It's kind of like a mile high type situation.
Yeah.
Start going and look at some of those minor league teams. Their stats are so crazy. But Billings isn't crazy high elevation, but Gary Reedus, first year in the minors, you'd be like, this guy is the greatest baseball player in the entire world. I mean, unconscious. 62. With 42 stolen bases and like 17 homers. What? Hopefully that gets by him. Does not. We do not get the bounce. Hit hard by David Lopez.
For the River Monsters.
River Monsters come away empty-handed.
No runs. One hit. Leading off the top of the fifth inning.
Loud, against Lalo Salinas. Yeah, Gary Reedus, 1978 season. Lined and just over the outstretched glove of Jacob Ruiz for a leadoff single. I would say about Gary Reedus' 78 season at any level. I'm talking high school, college. To put together what his on-base percentage was .559.
Wow.
He stole like 42 bases, was caught like 6 times. Hitting for average, hitting for powers. He had like 30 plus walks. I mean, it's just the most unconscious season you've ever seen.
Yeah, that's insane.
This was a single. Hampshire, the catcher. 1 for 2 tonight. Singled his last at bat.
There it is again.
If you're a traveling salesman selling foot guards and shin guards, come to Smokey Joe Williams. That's like the 4th guy we've seen limping off.
Yeah.
Scott Berry taking care of the booth. Nice cool measure. Abshire still limping.
It's painful.
I fouled one off my shin in a wood bat league so hard I thought I broke my leg. And it did. It like took my leg out.
Yeah.
And then like I felt the bone and there was like a soft spot.
Ooh.
In the bone. Now it's like calcified over. So I guess I didn't break the leg, but because I caught it full. It wasn't like I basically hit a line drive into my shin at point blank. It was like down and in. Abshire. Leads off first. Back to even 2-2 on the fastball fouled off. I don't know. This broadcast has turned into a multitude of rabbit holes with me, but I can just talk baseball. I was having a good time up here with Mike P.
Just having fun.
Always make it a fun broadcast. Good breaking stuff.
Yeah.
That's that slider.
That's kind of like a late break to it.
Yeah, it's a sharp break, but he's got a big hook too that he'll show.
Yeah,
August Ramirez caught the last couple games and getting a break tonight. Also have Victor Jimenez, another good catcher. It's got to be difficult for Coach Reyes. We got a lot of guys. We have a deep bench and a deep bullpen. I don't know all the guys want to play. Yeah, to figure out everybody in. It's kind of a difficult job. Sky to center, Laster. One down.
They always say, one of the hardest things to do in sports is to hit a curveball,
Yep.
But I believe something else that's a little harder was the feat that Muggsy Bogues did and making the NBA at 5'3".
5'3".
That's insane.
That is insane, and he could slam.
It was crazy. It's crazy.
Which I can't slam. I'm like 6'1".
Yeah.
It's just like in your face. It's like he could elevate that much is crazy to me. 0-1.
And he was a starter. It's not like he just played 10 minutes or something. He was like somebody that you just want to go see.
He was an all-star. He was a good point guard.
Never be done again. I don't think. 5'3" is very
That's
short.
so short.
That's shorter than most people's wives that's listening in right now.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. And remember Sean Bradley, like the 7-footer from BYU, and then that dude can't play in the league.
Yeah, exactly. It's like total opposite. He's like 2 foot taller.
Yeah. Speed does get the call. Fire taking the verbal abuse.
Oh yeah.
That's part of the job, shouldn't be, but
Life of an ump.
live as an ump. You knew that when you went to umpire school.
Yep.
Tried to backdoor the slider right there, 2-2. I like to gripe a little bit, but at some point I'm just going to let you have a crappy game behind the plate. Probably got ejected a few times. Everybody does.
It happens.
And foul. I say if you're going to get ejected, get your money's worth like Bull Durham,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just gets into it. Use a real bad word.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you get ejected.
So, it's not baseball, but basketball. I forgot the college coach's name for Texas Tech. He used to always get thrown out. Get through the chair.
Oh, Bobby Knight?
Bobby Knight.
Oh, Bobby Knight.
I
think it was in Indiana when he threw the chair.
Yeah.
Double play set up here. Nice turn. Good stretch by Richie Gill, but they don't get him.
Yeah, Bobby Knight was a fiery guy as well.
Bobby Knight cut from a different mold. I think a lot of the stuff he did you can't do anymore.
Oh, no.
I heard horror stories. He was like beating on dudes.
Wow.
But, everybody's petrified of him, so you're going to grab the rebound.
Yep.
Prairie on first on the fielder's choice. I still think there's a place for the extremely hard ace coach, but it's harder and harder, and NCAA is really constricted with the hours you have with the athletes.
Yeah. Can't overwork them no more.
And then professionally speaking, you have all the hours you want, but if a guy gets paid too much, you get an attitude issue. There goes a runner. La Prairie lined up the middle with a broken bat.
Right back at the pitcher.
Right back at the pitcher, but it sounded like he snapped the bat.
Those are always scary moments.
No runs, 1 hit, no.
This up if I'm wrong. I swear Kirby Puckett lined the baseball off Billy Swift's forehead, and it bounced off his forehead, went over the first base dugout.
Wow.
And he pitched like the next day.
Tough man.
Crazy. I just Google a picture of Billy Swift. He's like the only dude that could happen to, because normally you have the brim of your hat in the middle of your forehead. but he wore his hat like crazy high, perched on top of his head. He had all this forehead. I don't even remember that wrong, but I know a lot of random Mariners things. Like Mike Schooler was our closer one year. He also set, this is like, you're the Mariners closer, to set like the single season record for most Grand Slams given up.
Oh man, that's not a good stat.
That's not a starter. That's a closer. Sets that record. Come in like with a 3-run lead, work the bases loaded, and then give up the slam. You're just like unbelievable. Schooler had good stuff, but like you saw him doing it. He like do it once,
Yeah. Okay.
Do it twice. What?
It's like,
you're
get it
still
together.
the closer. You do it 3 times, still the closer 4 times. Unbelievable. We had Jim Presley was our third baseman for a long time. Presley, not bad. Like if you go back, like I remember the Mariners just being worse, but not that bad for basically a ball player. Good athlete, cannon for an arm at third. So much of a cannon that like 1 out of every like 3 ground balls, he would just airmail so far over the first baseman, would go into the stands.
Wow.
Crazy strong arm. Good swing from Richie Gill, like skies at the center.
I feel like we've had a lot of pop-outs today.
Right fielder, 17.
Couple Ks, F1. A lot of strikeouts. Will Tynes. Strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Get some help from the umpire on those. Preston Dahlmeyer swings through. Some strikeouts for Tynes. If you take a Chick-fil-A break, I might run out to center field and adjust our cam. It's like just needs one click.
I went down there and they were sold out at the moment. But
Out of Chick-fil-A. That's my fault, Louis. I can go out there. I'll call you. I'll do one click back towards first after this half inning. We'll get the picture centered up. Fire. Nice. Okay.
strikeout.
Top of the lineup, center field.
I want to see Warren Lasser's approach to the bat at this time because he has 2 strikeouts right now.
A's, and I feel like he's got them both times. One was like a backdoor breaking ball, arguable, but I think he swung through a breaking ball last time. City of Seguin. Or slider misses. 2-0.
It's crazy because I feel like he's been calling out a strike all day.
Not the most consistent zone I've ever seen. Hard, but they were kind of shifted that way. F8. 3 up, 3 down. To top of 6.
Was at the bottom of the 4th. After 5 complete, Acadiana 4, Seguin 0.
16 using Tovar on the mound. For the 6th inning. Setting, the breeze is coming through, and it feels a see Rodriguez up to bat. Currently hitting 186. Right down the middle right there. This being a freshman at USM. It's left and throws right. Base hit to center field. Artiguas.
Seguin flares it in. Give you a better shot on the center field cam now.
Justin Williams from Louisiana Tech.
Good baseball, won the Conference USA tournament. Artiguas couldn't throw that after the bobble. Here says to get a good handle on it. Goes down. Artiguas steals it easily.
I don't like how confident they are stealing bases.
It's been somewhat the name of the game. A lot of teams running freely. Swings through. Base running such a big part of the TCL games. Mistakes, take those extra bases when you can get them.
Yeah.
Side corner for a strike. Oh, played a good first base dives. Doesn't get that one. Dahlmeyer comes up gunning. Lock. First and third.
First and third, no outs.
Poses its own problems.
Probably got another steal coming on right here.
Certainly Williams will go.
Designated hitter.
On the
13,
last first and third that I'm saying we need to defend, Gutierrez did get off a strong throw.
Yeah.
The wrong side of the bag, but it was a good enough throw that I also think it was Artiguas. It might have been the same. No, it wasn't. It was Lee was on first when it happened, but it was a good throw where I think you get cut down if the second baseman comes or shortstop cuts it and comes back to the plate. Swings through fastball. A runner,
There it goes.
throw down, and that's what happens. Advice to any TCL team: use the time that you have pre-BP, at least early season, for first third defense. So crucial in this league. Crucial at the collegiate level, but really like as a JUCO.
Yeah.
We got a lot of JUCO, and we got D1 guys too, but that play has got to be defended. Bounce to second, runner cannot go, and they'll get him at first. Great job by David Lopez.
The exact same score from last night, the exact same inning.
Yep. Donald. Down, infield still in with a runner at third. I have major gaps in my baseball knowledge as well. I think that it's kind of like when you bring the infield in, because it's so easy to single through it, you know?
Yep.
It's a 5-run ball game. Obviously, you don't want to make a 6-run ball game, but at what rate do you make it easier on the hitter? You know, it makes sense for corners always in this situation. Mm-hmm. Certainly, if you're runner at first, you want to be double play depth, I would think, with 1 out. But that's like a managerial knowledge gap for me on when exactly you choose to, you know, bring them in. 1-run ball game, of course, you know, you have to. Yeah. But when the run margin gets wider than like 2 or 3, I don't know when you do it or when you don't. I'm not saying we're doing it right or wrong. I literally don't know. I think it's dealer's choice on what you choose to do with your defense. 5-run ball game.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously playing so close up has its pros and cons to it, but 5 runs, I would kind of choose to kind of play him a little further back.
And I don't know if there's like a middle, you know, like and I'm not saying double play up. I'm just saying like 2 steps back, you know?
Yeah.
So you can still make the play at the plate. You're kind of defending, but I don't know if there's a happy medium. Somebody ever invented that. It doesn't matter. Are on. I think he started this inning.
Batting around?
No, the pitcher is not Lalo Salinas. It's Uli Tovar.
Okay.
Tovar strikes out McDonald. 2 down. Here's Zambo. Fastball, Tovar. One. Nice back foot slider from Hobart 2-2. Kryptonite to a lefty. I'd like to say I ever learned out how to hit that pitch. I never did. The only thing I can do with it is maybe foul it off to stay alive. Hobart. 2 strikeouts. Cane Cutters get another one. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th.
Top of the 6th inning. 1 run, 2 hits. ELCC is a full
Check out the 3GB podcast
located right here on
Spotify. Epically mediocre. Me and Dutch like that way. We're the 17,000th baseball podcast. We do some fun music review. It's a lot of fun. Check it out.
Big firm, small personality. Okie CPA.
We really do. You gotta start getting some bats on balls, man. Yeah. Game for sure.
Cane Cutters are good, but, manufacture folks.
Designated hitter Dave Wilson at the bat.
Dave Wilson. 2 tonight. I think we're dealing with Will Tynes. Dealing here in the 6th. That's the inconsistent zone you might talk about.
Yeah.
It's been in our favor. Wilson. Pulls it. Bounces it to third. Throw. Very close.
Your catcher, number 24, Jose Gutierrez.
Last at bat.
I think we got to be a little more patient in the box. Try to get these pitches count up.
Look back at our base on balls. We got 1, 2.
3-0. I'm not swinging at all on 3-0. That's just me though.
It's 2 base on balls usually by times, so just not putting things together. 1-1 to Gutierrez. It's good. He lost the ball. Long run. Crack. He runs a long way to get it. slab piece for strike one. That's another breaker again, but Ruiz hit the ball hard the other day because it looked like he's almost pulling off, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Stays on it. Break of time. Almost hits it in the head.
That reminds me, I'll never forget in Little League when that happened to me, like when the ball was coming straight at my head and I ducked, but my bat was still like kind of right there where I ducked that.
Over the head foul ball?
No, it was a hit.
Oh, you got a hit out of it.
It was a hit. I was out, but it was I still hit the ball. It was right there in the play, right in front of the catcher. At the time, I didn't really know like everything about baseball. I thought it was a foul. I was like, I didn't swing. But he was like, well, it still was, in fair play. So
Vladdy Guerrero Sr., he's hit a couple balls that bounced on the ground for base hits.
Yeah.
Remember that? He just swinging at a dirt ball?
Yeah.
Take it on the hop. Line it somewhere.
You're playing cricket.
Deals delicious bites.
Software we're using is OBS. Actually amazing software, and it's kind of amazing that it's free.
Leading off the top of the seventh inning for Acadiana. Third baseman, Logan McLeod.
2 hits tonight, 2 for 3. So
They hit the jersey, I think.
I don't know if you try to get out of the way of that. That was like inside corner. Look ahead and back up your YouTubes on that one. If he doesn't turn on that, that might have been a strike. That's how close that pitch was. That was like inside corner. Out on hit by pitch. All about getting hit by pitch, but that wasn't that far in. Fouls off the first pitch for strike. First.
Steal attempt.
Cane cutters freely swiping 0-2 Hampshire. Not stealing tonight. That tells you anything. Have to put a cork in the barrel at some point here. Slider, but it's way up. Good movement. It's a team effort too. I mean, pitcher keep him close, work quick to the plate. Jose Gutierrez has the arm to do it for sure. Trevino loves it, plays it first, throws offline. I think that ball is out of play, so the runners can only advance one base. On the throw here. Bobble. Chick-fil-A is also they reloaded the magazine. Sweet pitch high. Right. Let's get picked up on the mic, but they're not serving alcohol yet in the stadium.
Just wait till they are.
Wait till they are. I'll probably really hear it. Oh. Spot, same call. He walks on 4, bases loaded, nobody down. Stop Cade Crosby coming up.
All bases are live.
I think at this point, I would, I don't know, double play depth, but
Yeah, I definitely would.
you can turn 2 off the plate of the plate, technically. So,
Playing so close, though, those are
but
great
it's just
chance.
like if you do give up a hit, stop the bleed and get out of here. Have Luis Solis writing articles. We got the laptop here. Blogging some either monsters. Note Cade Crosby, Tovar dealing with the bases loaded. Nice fastball.
Speak of some positive news, my Rangers are climbing up in the American League West.
Rangers, I mean, with the pitching staff and ball club they put together, I just kind of felt like that wasn't going to happen for a couple of years. But it's almost, if the press picks you to finish last, it's guaranteed you're going to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
They're probably going to get a wild card, you know?
I would love it. I would love it.
That would be awesome.
I don't see us catching Houston. I mean, Houston is great. But,
Is it expanded playoffs this year? I can't remember.
I think it's next year.
Count. Payoff pitch. Crosby. Now it's full.
Yep, full count. Bases loaded. Still nobody out.
It'd be good to see the barely out of play over the 4 feet.
It was right by the guy in yellow right there.
Move out of the folding chair.
But he could have caught that with his hat if he wanted to.
There's a bounds for the kids here. First got good stuff. Let's see if we get Crosby here. Get a rally going. It's something happening.
You got to put it over the plate.
The wind's a direction.
There we go.
There it is. Tovar brings the cheddar. Gets Crosby with a K. 1 down.
Double play anywhere right now.
Right fielder, number 1, Casey Martinez.
Was scored 3 runs tonight. I think 2 stolen bases, 2 singles. Pretty productive 9-hole hitter, all things considered. Infield in, Tovar to deal from the full wind. Ball catches the corner. Third. Abshire, the runner at second. Barry, the runner at first. Jam shots coming on his laster. Going to be a play at the plate.
Don't stop it. Oh. Not sure why he stopped the ball.
Third. Call him safe. Crowd comes in to score. Sack fly
Number 31,
for Martinez.
Could have been a close play, I think. But
This play probably makes the ball bounce on the wrong side of the mound and really gets a good hop for the catcher. Justin Williams now the batter, 2 down. Yeah, the candy hop for the catcher is just on the other side of the mound. Williams singled his last time. Or you could just do like the Jesse Barfield or Roberto Clemente where you just air it out.
oh, man.
Some guys out there with cannons.
Roberto, man. Probably the greatest arm. I mean,
Vladdy was amazing. And speaking of expos, and it was just, and then I knew a little bit about Ellis Valentine, complete 5-tool guy. But the reason I found him is because I was looking up Darryl Strawberry on Baseball Reference.
Yeah.
And then you can see he went to Crenshaw High School. Tovar goes by Williams for strike 2. You could see that Ellis Valentine was also drafted maybe in the first round out of Crenshaw.
Okay.
And then I started going down that rabbit hole and looking up like YouTube of Ellis Valentine, absolute cannon.
Nice.
Same thing like Vladdy or Clemente. You did not run. I think he had maybe the most like outfield assists or something.
Oh, wow.
Like dudes were like trying to take that extra base on Ellis Valentine. Were just getting gunned down left and right one season.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, look up some Ellis Valentine highlights.
Aaron Judge these days has a cannon as well.
That dude's got a cannon. There's some other arms in this league. And 2, Williams. 2. This misses. But yeah, nothing like, of course, Bo Jackson, amazing arm. But, did you ever see the throw Bo Jackson made on like a shallow? I don't know about that one. That's a strike depending on which way the wind is blowing tonight. Full count. It was like George Brett's playing first for the Royals, and I think they're at Old Kaminsky Park. Shallow, like hit that maybe the runner thought was going to drop, but Bo Jackson catches it. Slider is up, and he walks him. Williams on with the base on ball. So the runner gets caught off first base. Bo Jackson's like in shallow left, and he just throws a laser beam all the way to first base to get him for not tagging. That was an unreal throw. Patrick Lee up 2 down, and we get Patrick Lee. We can get out of here with minimal damage.
Ichiro had a great arm as well.
Ichiro had a really good arm.
Of course, Willie Mays and his highlight.
Yeah, Willie Mays, great arm. Willie Mays was a kind of a victim of, he just didn't have that good of like television footage.
Yeah.
You know, like the accounts of his greatness and his statistics speak for themselves, and the photographs of the catch, and everybody know how it's like whatever, like 470 or 480 the center in the Polo Grounds.
Yeah.
I mean, unreal, but there's just not enough awesome footage of Mays, in my opinion.
Dwight Evans.
Did Dwight Evans have a cannon?
Yeah, he definitely had a cannon.
You ever see the footage of balls up to lead? You ever see the footage of Ichiro like throwing 5 balls in a row and hitting 5 baseball bats that are like set up at home plate?
No, I haven't.
That's I can't tell if it's doctored or he actually does it, but I think he actually does it.
I wouldn't doubt him actually doing that. His talent was out of this world, so.
Just say like Ichiro's like hyper, like amazing body coordination,
because he wasn't a big guy.
He was not like this huge, like muscle-bound person.
Yeah.
And when you watch him like basically run and step into a throw, it's like he had this amazing whip action.
Yeah.
You can see how he's generating the velocity with how he strides into his throw, but crazy good arm.
Speaking of Japanese players, Otani has a good arm too.
Oh my God! Tovar does it. We get out of it with only 1 run. Tovar strikes out Lee on a 2-2 count. Otani is something else.
Leading up on base. Number 14, Jay Ward.
In my book, which may not be accurate, Jay Ward closed the game last night on in relief of Will Tynes. I mean, not much you can say about Tynes. Got to tip your cap, guys, throwing up zeros. We got to find a way to get something going here with Ray Mendoza.
Get something started here.
Ball, first pitch strike from Ward. This is part of the game where I do want you to work a longer at bat. We're down by 6.
Yeah.
You hate to see first pitch swinging, just bam, bam, bam. Work the count.
I was always a work the count type guy. First inning, 7th inning, 9th inning, I don't care.
I think you got to work the count deep when you're down. I mean, it can backfire, but they're piping fastballs. You're going to hit them, but breaking ball up does get the call. Off the end of the bat. Stays alive, does Mendoza.
Almost beat the shift on that.
Oh, they got the shift going. Yeah, the third baseman's way in the hole. This is the first bit of shifting I've honestly seen in this league.
Yeah. Same with me.
Look there, see how far over the third baseman is in the 6 hole.
I mean, you can almost just bunt that over there, get on base.
Yeah, right. Just drop one down. 2 strikes now, but up and in, absolutely. I love that's why I was like, a lot of things Major League Baseball is doing, I am strongly not agreeing with. But the shifting, I never minded because, like, it's sabermetrics. You're trying to, like, try stuff, but it increased these, like, little small ball plays, you know?
Yeah.
Dudes, like, drop it down, you know? So it's creating some interesting stuff with the shifting.
I mean, without the shift, Joey Gallo's hitting over 300.
Right? So yeah, it makes the hitter adjust. Shifting, I think, is an interesting wrinkle, and I know Major League Baseball, of course, not consulting me, is trying to do away with that. But and I forget the exact rule, but I feel like hit hard up the middle. That's a base hit for Ray Mendoza. And that's how the rally shall start, folks.
Calling it now.
Oh, we are due for something magical. Trevino.
They're staying in that same little shift.
Shift going.
It's crazy because they have the.
There's the pick move. Oh my goodness.
They have the infield shifted, but not the outfield.
Yeah, center fielder's more towards oppo gap, and your third baseman's way over in the hole.
Definitely different.
There he goes.
There it is.
But he comes in on the first baseline. It's a beauty, though. Tough play.
He's there. Yeah.
Nice job. Drag bunt single. 2 on, no out. 2 singles in a row right there.
This is where things can get interesting.
That is about as good as a drag bunt as you can get lefty-lefty.
Yeah.
David Lopez. Runs are showing signs of life, and I like it. That is so hard to do. I mean, that's a beaut.
Yeah.
Perfect speed, right up the line.
Arguments on that strike call.
bunt right on the foul line, but it does go foul. That'd have been a hit as well.
I like
Small
it.
ball. I mean, you got to do what you can do to make it happen.
Yeah, these first 7 innings, first 6 innings.
Make them field the bunt. I like what they're thinking. Augie Ramirez on deck. I'm sorry, that's Richie Gill.
Still playing back. So.
See the breaking ball. Gets him on strikes. 1 down. Richie Gill. Houston Victoria. Him and Raul Lopez, teammates down there. From the set. This ball, I think that's probably down over the plate. Gill's hit the ball both times tonight. First one he roped in the gap, but it was caught. Looks to the shortstop. Could be 2.
Just like that.
Turn it. Taylor made.
Really got to get some bats on balls.
Bunting was working.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's a way you don't have to make every hit a bunt, but manufacture, as they say. A lot of that happened at my JUCO. We were like 41-9.
Oh,
Yeah, we were so scared of our coach. Like, we lost, we'd stay after a game and run for hours.
Oh, man.
And we were all pretty good at bunting, and we practiced a ton of bunting, and we could run pretty well. So, yeah, I mean, we're trying to hit the ball, but if we were behind, like about halfway in the game, they wouldn't even be calling for it, but we'd just start bunting because we're like, dude, if we were going to hit this dude, we'd have hit him by now. But I don't want to run for 3 hours after the game, so and we just start like a pretty good bunt is hard to defend, you know. So we just start making stuff happen, bunting, stealing. We turn around three runs with not a single hit, honestly, just bunts and steals and walks and bunts. It was chaos. And if we would also do the chop, you know, like you could see like the wheels starting to come off on your team because we're bunting so much. You start cheating in, and we'd pull it back and start chopping. It's getting crazy with it. It's like if we were going to hit doubles in the gap, we'd have done that. It's been 6 innings. Like start trying something different. And we were so scared of our coach. I would say, like, I don't know if it accounted for a whole bunch of wins, but I bet you that there's 5 wins out of those 41 that were just sheer will. Sheer will of fear from Coach Abney going to beat us down. I'm telling you, we'd be leaning into pitches, bunting, anything. Come up with runs out of nowhere. It can be done, I maintain. It can't be done every time, but it can be done. Fear is a great motivator. Garrett McDonald. lefty. I think this is Jade Gordon, Arkansas Tech. Apologies to Jade. I misidentified him before the game. I was like, I see all the guys' numbers and look at the roster, but I don't get down to BP enough to like FaceTime with these guys. A lot of these guys have only been face to face with a couple times. Nice breaking ball from Jade, but he gets fisted up the middle for a single. Gordon, Victor Jimenez, from Arkansas Tech. On that low, 1-0 to Zambo. Hard.
Another base knock.
Zambo singles the left. Runners at first and second.
Number 10, Logan McLeod.
We may need some more BP. I mean, I think we have 2 hits.
Out here.
3 hits, something like that.
3 hits, yeah, because Mendoza singled last inning. Actually, Trevino singled too, so I got 2 hits. And then we got Wilson singled.
About 3-4. They're getting base knock after base knock right now.
Single. This is loaded.
Off all singles.
All singles. I'm counting up our hits. Dave Wilson, 1 in the first. 1 in the second. 1 in the third. Jose Gutierrez singled in the fourth. 2 hits.
Yeah, he hit a nice rope to the right field.
And then 2 singles last inning. So 4 hits, 4 base on balls, but we're not putting them together. Shire, bases loaded, nobody out. Corner's back. Middle infield is double play depth. Out by Abshire.
Again, we have bases loaded and no outs.
I have a dream that we backpick the runner at third right now.
Hope
Good
that comes
pickoff
true.
works when you least expect it.
Yeah.
If you have the called play, right here helps you keep it close. Pitch for Gordon. I don't really like the back pick at first or second here, which is in play as well, especially at first, because then you get the rundown situation. That becomes a mess, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, just like flash a little hand signal to Trevino, fastball in, and then just come up gunning to third. Shire fouls it off. Jade can work out of this tight spot to be sure.
Foul ball. Protecting the
Now,
plate.
K would be huge, of course.
No movement. Definitely just trying to hit it to the outfield right now.
Yeah, Abshire's. It's appeared that he's choking up, but maybe he is a little bit. Had some swing on a good breaking ball from Gordon.
Checking the plate.
Shire spoiling pitch after pitch. Tend to hate these spots as a pitcher. I feel like the more they foul off, the scales start to tip
Yeah.
in favor of the batter.
All of the same pitches though. Fastballs.
A back foot breaker here would be nice. There it is. He golfs it.
Wow. He accidentally hit that.
4 singles in a row. Donald comes in to score.
Pedro Laperry.
Cane cutters can't do anything wrong right now. Everything's going. Finding a hole, dropping.
Check swings are dropping down to singles.
It was like a defensive swing to be sure, but because it was like going down and in, he just reached down, got a little barrel on it, served it over the third baseman.
Still no outs.
Back to fastball, 0-2. Gordon ahead again. I see zero activity on the bullpen. It's Gordon's game to pitch. I like Gordon's stuff. Breaking ball.
Yeah, it's a nice slider.
Sure. I don't think it was out. He's saying it's out, but I'll say this, consistently inconsistent with the zone, because it's not like he's just hosing one team.
Yeah.
It's
all over the place.
You know, and I'm not down there in the batter's box. It's a tough job. Down the line, a long run. It's a foul ball. Dalmeyer. Long run for Dalmeyer. And 2, long strike. Sound that good. I think it got in on him a little bit, but perfectly down the line. Dalmeyer just stepping over the line, leaping to catch it. It's a foul ball. There's that breaking ball from Gordon. A little bit closer, he probably chases that. Count goes 2-2. Down low. Count goes full.
Full count, bases loaded.
Doesn't bring him back on that. Calls it ball 4. Zambo comes in to score.
8-0.
4, Cade Crosby.
Shortstop. Cutter's definitely cutting cane tonight and making sugar. 8-run lead. Top of 8th. No outs. Bases loaded. Called out Broadway. Strike 1.
Triple play pitch.
Slider. Gordon.
Kids were ready to catch that.
Lord of the Flies do not make the play on the foul ball. Two, and again, Jade Gordon ahead in the count. That's happened to at least 3 or 4 batters tonight. If we can. Jam shot.
Lost the ball.
For 2 on the short hop.
It's infield single.
Jared Smith
Fielder
in
number 1, Casey
for Jacob Ruiz at short. I don't know if that's an infield single necessarily.
On that E3.
E6, that's an E6.
E6.
I think at a jam shot like that, we got to get an out somehow. I mean, the runner's going in front of him, and it is a short hop because the ball died. This ball up.
Gotta get an out here.
Certainly Gordon feeling the frustration. I feel like he overthrew that last ball. Pitching bad, pitching to contact. Balls are finding holes. Last guy gets on a jam shot. Been ahead of a number of hitters.
Yeah.
Knights. Stuff. Decent, good slider featured by Jake Gordon. Just got to get him to hit into ground ball here. Single finds a hole.
In.
EC Artiquez having himself a night. He's 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored. The 9-hole batter. At the top of the order is Justin Williams, center fielder. I will say this for TCL baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is getting away from us. Anyone can see that. But Major League Baseball has a real problem with big leads and turning it into a clown show with bringing in, you know what I'm saying?
Position.
They're bringing in positional guys who are just lobbing up eephus pitches.
Yeah.
You know, you're still getting these young men out here competitive baseball. Yeah, it's not going the River Monsters way, but Mr. Gordon out here giving it his best. You know, sometimes balls just find all the holes, but, you know, still competitive ABs and competitive pitching. 2-1, the count to Williams. Fastball up. One. I mean, it's tons of high pitch count considering all the foul balls for Gordon too. So he's laboring. Any pitcher's going to be frustrated in this spot. He's keeping his cool pretty well, I have to say. Digging in. To the count. Chop foul off the end of the bat by Williams. Count to Williams. Throws fastball there.
There's 0 outs at the moment. We got to get an out. Start from there.
Williams walks.
Back around.
Back around. It should be Patrick Lee now. Maybe Wilson's coming on a pitch, actually. Gordon gave it everything he had. Ball did not bounce the River Monsters' way. There, definitely in frustration. His team coming out to pick him up. Sin will get loose.
Patrick Lee.
Hey, Wilson on to face Patrick Lee in relief. Again, to the point of competitive baseball still happening on every pitch here. Dave Wilson is a man I would love to get a radar gun on. Elite fastball. That missed down. Dave Wilson has no idea. Dave Wilson, same spot. It's like he throws too hard for it to be called a strike. I don't know where that's. The center field camp see where these things are missing. I guess it's. This is loaded, nobody out. Patrick Lee. This has been one of those innings, 3-1. All down. I think one of the first two pitches is probably a strike. Frustrating that there's like an insanely tight zone.
So this whole situation, this inning, has been frustrating. I mean, bases loaded off three hits, and then from there, I mean, it's pretty much just been a bunch of walks.
Garrett McDonald up. Oh, 2.
And here we go.
This ball up. See the heat from Davey Wilson.
Okay, you can hear the pop.
Off speed up high. If you're Lamar and you got Dave Wilson, I think there's so many things you can do with a guy. I mean, I've seen him play first.
Yep.
Certainly play in the outfield. Hits well. Cannon for an arm. Swings through the off speed there. That's a slider from Wilson, but it's almost by you because he throws it so hard. McDonald down on strikes for the first out.
Not trying to compare him or anything, but Jacob deGrom has a super fast slider as well.
Yep. It's got a good pitching staff. What's their record this year?
Yeah, Max Scherzer. I mean,
Bo fouls it off. 0-2.
Mets are 46-27 at the moment.
Well, he should with that staff. Bounce, could be 2. Takes it himself. Nice turn. The monsters get out of it, but completely scathed. To coin the phrase is unscathed did not happen.
6 runs.
Drive down there just to security.
Preston Delmeyer up to bat. One and one count. Grounder up the middle to the second baseman. First out.
Number 37.
Warren Laster up to bat. Set a high ball away. Swing called for a strike. Gets the first.
Dave Wilson.
Laster gets on base after the error by the second baseman. Ball low and away. Monsters hoping to get a few runs on the board this inning. Aggressive strike two called by the ump. Despite the score, there's still a lot of kids out here having fun. Laster off to second base, stand up, steal. Foul ball. Laster with the early takeoff avoids the double play. Jose Gutierrez up to bat. Runner in scoring position. Hoping to get a run across the board. Laster a good speed, so we're hoping to. Okay.
Laster singled.
It was an error. You got on error. Error by the second baseman.
Local youth out rattling the center field fence in the cam.
The first baseman.
Zambo makes a
third
play.
School glove. Playing with.
Yeah. Out of there. All right. Trying to lose track of my Smokey Joe Williams. It's actually Shoeless Joe.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
So I don't know if that company's still around that makes it, but it's a company that makes like retro gloves. So it's like a new glove.
Yeah,
I bought a few years ago, but they'll make like a 1925 version.
Wow.
And then they have like a 1945 kind of.
It makes you have more respect for the guys who played in those days because
They had like the 1960s, like I think they went up to like what kind of Brooks Robinson was like sporting when he was playing third base for the Orioles.
yeah.
Or you can get like some really like the tiny ones, like from the 1910. I think they sell one of
Oh,
those,
man.
Shoeless Joe. But I think they're fun to play catch with. I'm surprised that company, like, I think they should do better. Like, I think most ball players probably just want one just for fun.
Yeah, just to have it.
Yeah. Here, number 13.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the River Monsters, number 13.
David Lopez up to bat.
Dave Wilson now pitching. David Lopez pitching. Dave Wilson.
Reminder kids line up the first base dugout. After the ninth inning, kids run the bases.
I would just love to see us score a run at this point.
Something to go our way. This is a tough game to call. I've enjoyed waxing philosophical on many different topics, but I want so much for these guys on the River Monsters to get it going.
Yeah.
They're good ball players, good dudes. Just need to get the ball to bounce our way, make a couple plays, and start getting in the groove. Logan McLeod leading it off. That ball's up and away, but
Number 10, Logan McLeod.
That sort of tight zone that ain't helping. Fouls it off, does McLeod. I think if you're the hitters, you're not. 12-run lead, you're not really looking for a walk. I think you're hacking freely.
Mm-hmm. Is this pitcher listed as a pitcher? Is he a pitcher?
He is not. This is Reyes going to a positional guy. Nice fastball rings in there.
That's always fun.
David Lopez strikes out McLeod.
Catcher, number 6, Matt Abshire.
David Lopez out here getting strikeouts for us.
There you go. Catcher Matt Abshire. One down. He's in the old ethos.
We were just talking about that earlier.
This is a hard one to hit sometimes. And then he throws that. Catch you off balance. Say what you want. 2 down.
For sure. Probably the quickest 2 outs of the night we've had.
Yep. Certainly different philosophical hitting approach from the cane cutters.
Yeah.
I mean, they're swinging, but
Left fielder, number 8, Jacob.
we're left fielder. 2 down.
Let's see what he can do
David
versus a
Lopez
lefty.
working. Ball in. Back.
Nice.
1-1.
He's having fun at this point.
Gotta have fun. It's a baseball game. Beautiful night. Seguin. Side. Tough loss. Nobody likes to be on the other end of this kind of ball game.
Yeah.
Over till it's over. I remind myself that.
Good thing about baseball, though, man, you play again tomorrow. So.
Yep. Hooked foul. Strike 2. But massive lead would be some sort of record. CL record to overcome a 12-run lead, I would assume, in the 9th. Off the toe, or where did that go? Did he go?
He's struck.
You better start running. I don't know what's going on there. That's the end of that. The Prairie befuddled, as am I.
That was funny.
I'm not sure. I thought it hit a shoe because it sounded like a shoe. But I guess it bounced off the catcher then on a check swing.
Yeah, I guess he swung through enough, is what I'm thinking.
I would stop arguing and start sprinting, but we'll take it. We go to the last 3 outs.
Yeah, that's what Skip is wanting to know as well.
Miracle on 34th Street. Out there that goes by Starkey Park. No, that's not Maine.
What do you mean?
This road right out here.
Austin Street?
Yeah, Austin. Miracle on Austin Street is what we need.
It was funny, though.
Ole Miss and Oklahoma in the College World Series final. Ole Miss
Your attention, please.
wins tonight 10-3.
Number 20, Case Raw.
The name
Number 32, Ricky Martinez.
for 20, Case Rourke on for the Cane Cutters. All I got to say about Oklahoma being in the College World Series final, they were the only chink in the armor on UTSA's resume.
Yeah.
So how good is UTSA?
Pretty good.
They got swept on the road at Norman, but other than that, that's a good ball club. Should have been in the tourney.
I agree.
1-1. Frankie Martinez pinch hitting. Frankie Martinez for Jacob Ruiz.
The kids here are still having fun. They don't care about this 12-run deficit.
They're having a good time at the ballpark. Starts with the leadoff man. Break the ball. Rourke gets him.
Your attention, please. Pitch hitting for the River Monsters. Number 33, Giannis.
Bracken Jonas off for Ray Mendoza. Jonas been hitting the ball hard lately. Get something. Crack of the bat.
Nice home run would be nice right now.
Just jack one out of here.
Yeah.
Back from Quinones. Through 1-2. There's a huge 9-5 curveball. Yeah. 9-5 curveball. Second strikeout victory for Rourke.
Pitch hitting for the River Monsters.
Last out.
Jared Smith.
Smith came on as a defensive replacement innings ago. Ball, strike. This is it, 1-1.
2-1 count.
2-1 to Jared Smith. 12-0 or not, these two men are still trying to battle each other. The score, trying to get Jared Smith trying to get a hit. 2-2. Let's do a duel. Teams being in the TCL, you do get probably a lot of more looks than you might at some of the pitchers. Not sure if these two guys have matched up. That might drop in.
Okay.
And Jared Smith says, nope.
Game not over
Hold
yet.
up. Hold up. Single. Jared Smith, good piece of hitting right there to fight it off.
David Lopez.
At this point, everybody might as well use that same bat.
Yeah, right? Use that bat. Through a fastball. Work from the left side, real overhand. Huge overhand curveball.
Do you throw on a steal attempt right here?
I don't think you do.
Yeah, right.
Or station to station until it's like 12 to 10 maybe. You get creative. Bounces it foul. 2 to Lopez. Got a bat around and then some. But then again, this is a situation where, like, you know, I mean, you're basically giving up a hit on a, you know, the bunt to third. Still got to execute the bunt, but it's swings through. And that'll do it. All I can say about this game, solid pitching, good hitting from the Cane Cutters, and if you're the River Monsters, you just got to move on and look at tomorrow.
Yeah.
Forget about this one. It's all about the next pitch. And the next pitch is at 7 o'clock tomorrow, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Cane Cutter Steak at 12 zip. And
I'm going to go watch me some Eastbound and Down.
go check out Eastbound and Down with Kenny Powers. We'll get you next time, folks. Big thanks to Luis Solis, Mike P., Mike G., Scotty B., Wade, Caden, and everybody else who came out to the ballpark tonight. Our sponsors, Chick-fil-A, and thanks for tuning in, folks. T-Tex Turnstile. Out of here.